Good morning, everyone. How are you? Teaching online is quite difficult than teaching directly in classroom. Okay, coming to the subject, today's topic is about the cell. What is a cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organisms. Cell doctrine describes all the living organisms are composed of similar type of organization by way of cells. Depending upon the organization of the cells, the living organisms have been differentiated into five kingdoms. They are Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi, and Animalia. First, you have to learn omnicellula ecellula means the old cells divide, forming new cells. That is a continuous process. Okay, coming to the Monera. So here the Monera includes the true bacteria. These are also called as prokaryotes. Here the term pro means primitive, karyon means nucleus. That is, they have primitive nucleus. Here the term Monera also shows that they are single celled. These true bacteria are also called as cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. These true bacteria can able to synthesize their own food materials through photosynthesis. That is, they are autotrophic in nature. They have separate pigments in their cells for the process of synthesis of the food materials by utilizing the sunlight. Like plants, these autotrophic single-celled Monera organisms can able to synthesize their own food materials. These true bacteria, they lack chloroplast and mitochondria. So, without a chloroplast, you all know within the chloroplast what is present. Even though chloroplast and mitochondria both are double membrane organelles, chloroplast mainly helps in the photosynthesis because it has chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs the sunlight at a particular wavelength and can able to utilize that sunlight as energy to convert the carbon dioxide by absorbing water from the soil through roots, that is H2O, into C6H12O6. That all takes place only because of the sunlight energy. Okay, so here also these bacteria can able to synthesize their own food materials utilizing the sunlight. Even though these organelles are divided of any double membrane organelles such as the chloroplast and mitochondria. So here, when coming to the structure of the Monera, if you observe, I am saying they are single celled. They have a plasma membrane. Even though they don't have any double membrane organelles such as the chloroplast and mitochondria, their plasma membrane is double layer. It is made up of phospholipids. These phospholipids can be absorbed having hydrophilic heads and hydrophobic tails. So, plasma membrane shows hydrophilic, that is water loving heads and water hating tails. So, here if you observe, the tails are towards inward of the cell, that is towards the cytoplasm. Heads are toward outside. Okay, so this plasma membrane is actually not permeable totally. It is semi-permeable. So around the plasma membrane there is a cell wall in bacteria. So this cell wall shows the presence of the muramic acid and peptidoglycans in its structure. Especially in gram negative bacteria, this cell wall shows the muramic acid. Not all bacteria. Presence of the muramic acid in the cell wall shows that those bacteria are gram-negative bacteria. They cause the disease. Actually, this presence of the muramic acid in the cell wall helps in the adhesion of the bacteria. Okay, so due to the strong adhesion only, these bacteria cause the disease. Then it is possible to observe certain pili. This pili also present in the gram-negative bacteria. This pili also helps in the adhesion. Then coming to the flagella. There is a long flagella. This flagella is helpful in locomotion of the bacteria. That is, utilizing the flagellary movements, the bacteria can able to move from one place to another place freely. Then within the cell of the bacteria, we can observe the presence of the so much of the cytoplasm which is semi-fluid in nature. Okay, this cytoplasm shows the 70% of the water, enzymes, nutrients, and also it is the site for the metabolic activities, ATP synthesis, and the production of the different types of the proteins, and again it is the site for the growth and development. So here I already told you there is a plasma membrane, double membrane. Certain places this plasma membrane shows infoldings. These infoldings are known as mesosomes. These mesosomes helpful in production of the energy ATP. Instead of the mitochondria, the bacteria have mesosomes. These mesosomes only helpful in metabolism of the bacteria and producing the ATP for the living of the bacteria. So again, within the bacteria, there is a place known as nucleide. This place is known as a nucleide. So this is a dense in nature. This nucleide is dense in nature. It shows a DNA which is circular in nature without any ends. That is, DNA is circular, totally it is attached. There are no ends in bacterial DNA. So it is not like the eukaryotic DNA. It is totally different in prokaryotes. So this DNA, which is freely floating in the cytoplasm without any membrane outside, that is, there is no nuclear membrane, there is no nucleolus, only genetic material is present within the cytoplasm of the bacteria freely floating. That's why The place where the DNA has been residing in the bacteria is said to be nucleoid. There is another extra chromosomal DNA which is also circular in shape. That extra chromosomal DNA is known as plasmid. This extra chromosomal DNA, that is the plasmid, is helpful in antibiotic resistance. It also helps in conjugation, especially we can observe in Plasmodium. Two different Plasmodia come together. After coming nearer, one of the mother Plasmodium, it releases a small tube. The second Plasmodium attaches to mother Plasmodium through this tube, and the mother Plasmodium releases its chromosomal material and extra chromosomal material into the new Plasmodium, and the new Plasmodium takes up that extra chromosomal material. Then not only DNA and plasmid, there are certain organelles within the cytoplasm. There are certain storage granules. They store the glycogen. So here we can observe the granules. There are sulfates, phosphates along with the glycogen in the granules, along with poly B poly B butyric acid. The cytoskeleton gives the protection and the shape to the cell.